Okay, now I'm logged in as a retailer and I'm going to demonstrate an acquisition report from the perspective of a retailer. So we previously demonstrated a transfer from a cultivator to a retailer, and we're going to complete the acquisition report for that transfer. So I'll click on Create New Inventory Tracking Reports and click on the Acquisition Reporting button. And now you'll see that a transfer reference ID is required to be entered in here. So I've been emailed that transfer ID number. So I'm going to click in the field, and you'll see there's a couple that are pre-populated, but I want one that ends in 265, and you'll see it there. But I'm just going to demonstrate if I type in 265 and then click into that field with the cursor, that report shows up. So I'll select that. And once I select it, you'll see the license information. You see the sender, this is the cultivator, and the receiver license. That's the license I'm logged into now. And once I verify that's correct, I hit next. And then after I hit next, the products that were involved in that transfer will populate. And you'll see this update details button. I'm going to need to select that update details button for each item that was entered in the transfer. So I'll select the top one. And once I verify that these are correct, I'll be able to attest and submit. But these are all fields that you can edit if there's a discrepancy in what was reported here than what you received on the manifest or what you actually physically received. So if there is a difference, you can report a change here, but you want to make sure that you make the change here and notify the licensee that sent the product to your establishment and make sure they make the change on their end as well. So once you verify that this is correct and you click the attestation button, you'll hit submit. And then once you do that, you'll need to do that on the other product. So I hit the second one. And again, I see the information. There's a harvest slot number or a process slot number, the product registration number, the data transfer, the cost. All these can be edited. And if you need to make a change, you can. But again, you want to notify the sending party that you made a change. And you'll hit submit. And once you've updated details on all the products, I can hit save and next. And this is where I would update a copy of the manifest that I received and signed. Once I upload that, I can hit submit, and the report will be finished. Again, if I did need to make a change after the fact, I can still do that. I can go and hit the correct button, update details on one of the products, make that change, attest, and submit. But again, if you make a change, you'll want to make sure that you update the licensee that sent the product to you. Save and next to submit the report, and you're done with that acquisition. So we're going to pause the video, and then we're going to sign in as a manufacturer to do the same thing from the manufacturer side. All right, so now I'm logged in as a manufacturer, and I'm going to demonstrate that acquisition from a manufacturer point of view. So first, we're going to click on Create New Inventory Tracking Reports and select the Acquisition Reporting button. Again, I want to reference my transfer ID, and this one ends in a 266. I'm just going to type that in here, and the system will find that inventory tracking number for me. I want to confirm that the sender and receiver license information is correct. So I can see that this is the cultivator. This is the manufacturing license that I'm logged in as. So I'll hit next. And what the system will do is going to show me what was reported. And I see that there was a process slot of biomass. So I'm going to hit update details. And then the information that was entered in by the cultivator is populated already for me. So I just want to verify that this is correct. And if it's not correct, I can make a change. Again, if there is a change that needs to be made, I can do that on my end. I can change this. It was actually 25,000 grams. And I can attest, but when I make a change here, in order to avoid any flags in the system, we want to make sure that you notify the sending party so that they can update their report. Once I've confirmed or made any changes, I can hit the submit button and then hit save and next once the items in the acquisition report have all been updated. I hit save and next. And this is where I would upload a copy of the manifest and hit submit. Again, if I needed to, I can go back and make a correction to that acquisition report by selecting that correct option and say, actually, yeah, it was 20,000 pounds. There was no correction needed. Hit submit, save and next, and submit. So there's some flexibility to make some corrections, but again, if you do make corrections on the acquisition report, you need to make sure to notify the transfer party so you can make sure that their report has been corrected. And that demonstrates the acquisition process from the perspective of a retailer and a manufacturer.